on you.
Hi, my name is Juan Zambrano, owner of Voltz AutoSports, and I'm here with Troy.
And this is your intro.
That's what I'm talking about. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me hear all y'all intros. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me hear all your intros.
Very good one. Now, that's a better start than the others.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your start with Voltz.
Voltz AutoSports was started in 2002
Okay.
here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And we pretty much started off first with being car audio and import cars, Hondas, Acuras.
You imported cars?
No. All the accessories
to
dress
the aftermarket.
Yes, to dress these vehicles up. As time went on and there was really no more demand for that type, we moved into the truck market, which is all the truck accessories being running boards or step bars.
See, now, for the listening audience, the running board is that line that's along the doors?
Yes,
just
to
outside the
help you get into your truck.
Is that what that's for?
Yes.
See, back in the days of the gangsters would stand on there and run there with the shotguns or something like that.
No,
the running boards, yeah. But for the today's edification.
yes. No, they're to help you get into your vehicle.
Yeah. Okay.
We also sell the truck bed covers to keep your cargo, protected from the environment. And also on some applications, it actually helps you save a little bit of gas.
Meaning the wind?
The wind is going to be no longer trapped by the tailgate.
And the tailgate and come back around and slow the vehicle down.
Exactly.
Which is the same idea to using your air conditioning, they say. You roll up your windows, make the car a little bit more aerodynamic.
Exactly.
And you can save gas that way.
Exactly.
Although there are the people that are, let's say, from the old days, okay, that say, oh, AC eats up your gas. You eat up a lot of gas. But okay, I can understand.
The nice thing about it too is that now the manufacturers have come up with the cab actually being a little bit taller and more aerodynamic. So what it does is, it just gives you a little better gas mileage.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
That was 2002. You started this.
Yes, March of 2002.
And whereabouts are you located?
Right now, we are located at 611 Lindley Street here in Bridgeport.
Lindley Street, that has its own exit, doesn't it, off the connector?
Yes, actually, it's off of Route 8. It's exit 4.
Well, Route 8 and 25, but
exactly,
exit
the
4.
connector, yep.
If you're coming north, you're going to make a left.
You take a left, and we will be right after the first light on your left-hand side. It's a yellow building. You cannot miss it.
Yellow, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's to call your attention. It makes you look.
Oh, I see.
The yellow will always make you look like, whoa, because it's just so bright.
So as soon as you make that turn, yellow building, I got it. I'm there.
Yep.
And from there, we can tune our radios.
Oh, man, we do everything, man, from the custom car audio to a basic radio installation.
Meaning if in the event that your window gets smashed and somebody pulls out the stock Blaupunk. Do they make Blaupunk anymore?
Blaupunk, no. They
don't?
actually stopped.
Alpine?
Alpine is still around, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're actually a Pioneer dealer.
Okay.
So we pretty much carry the whole line.
A Pioneer?
From the basic G series all the way to, to the Elite line.
Now, at the same time, is it normal to assume that if you have this, let's say, top of the line audio, that you can almost expect somebody to be sort of lurking around your vehicle?
It's a possibility. In my personal opinion, I don't think you should play your music at full blast at least 1 block away from your house, because it just, people are always
trouble.
Yeah, exactly. People are always looking. They're always hearing, and something could happen. But if it does, we also do sell car alarms.
You sell. We
Yeah.
can't sell on
We
public access
we carry.
What lines of car alarms?
It's directed electronics, which under directed electronic falls Python, Avitel. So pretty much you have a few different options depending on what your budget is.
And budget is a key component when thinking about doing these aftermarket.
Yes, because of the features. Basic unit will not do as much as something that's much more advanced compared to, say, for example, the newest thing that we have now is if you have a smartphone, you could actually lock your car, unlock your car, exactly,
Okay.
and remote start it with your phone.
What about drive it?
No, not yet.
Oh, I was saying, I'm gonna bring
I'm
it
pretty
downstairs
sure.
in front of the building and everything
I'm pretty
else,
sure.
You know? It's raining today, and
It'll pick you right up
well,
in the front door.
maybe not today, but we're fastly becoming the age of the Jetsons.
Yep.
So
Anything is possible.
Well, what do you have here? You're
Okay.
playing with it on the table and everything else.
Yep.
That's
What I did was I brought a TPMS sensor.
okay. Can we just hold it up?
Hold it up.
And hold it still, because I want to get a close up on this. As a matter of fact, you can come to camera 2, but zoom in with camera 3. What do you think, Corey? Corey's on our board over here, and
Okay.
he. There you go. Okay. Wow, you don't know. He trained long and hard to do that. Okay, now tell us about that.
Okay, this sensor goes inside your wheel. All right, it's hooked up to the valve stem here. What this does, after 2007, every vehicle in America came with these sensors. What this prevents is when you don't have enough air inside the tire, it will light up on your dash to let you know that your tires need air.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so pretty much this is it's more of a safety for the consumer, and
Mm-hmm.
also if you don't have enough air on your tires, you will wear out your tires a lot quicker.
Oh, true that. True
Yes.
that. They tend to start balding on one
Exactly.
side or the other, maybe the middle.
Exactly.
In actual fact, you actually sell these?
Yes, we do.
Mhm.
We service these. We
Service them as well?
Yes, because
Okay.
this is actually 2 pieces. So, say for example, the lifespan on this bottom portion, which
Okay.
is the RF, it's typically about 5 to 7 years.
Mhm.
The valve here being made out of rubber or some made out of aluminum could, with time, they could crack, they could corrode. So we could replace it. We could replace the 2 different pieces.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very well. And to tell you the truth, they do react with the cars that have sensors for these?
Exactly.
Or can you take my, what was it, 1976 Grand Prix and put the system in that?
You actually could. They do have aftermarket systems that you could do. You could put it on if you like this feature.
Mhm.
You could do it. Yes.
Okay. In actual fact, I don't have the 76 Grand Prix anymore. But when I did, it was Alpine from head to toe.
And that's,
With both speakers. I remember that. Any which way. What about this guy? This is serious. Is this what they call a dub?
Yes. Well, actually, yes, because it is over 20 inches.
Okay.
So yeah. So this wheel here is for a SUV or a pickup truck.
All aluminum?
It's all aluminum, powder coated,
Mhm.
black, and you can see the aluminum inserts inside here.
It can't go on my car?
No, not really.
I'm saying I used to have like the Hurricanes on them
Yeah.
and mag wheels and all that.
We could find something that will probably look similar to this for your vehicle. It just all depends on the offset. As you know, these wheels usually on a truck or an SUV,
Okay.
the wheels are a lot wider
Oh, yeah.
than what it is on a car.
Well, I know there are numbers associated with rim
Yes.
heights and widths
And the width.
and
Exactly.
15-inch by
This-
40s or something
Yep.
like that.
This right here is actually 20 by 9. So you got 20 inches in height and 9 inches in width.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you have to actually, you would want to measure your wheel well as opposed to where the axle is to see if something
Exactly.
Like
I
this would
mean,
go on
if if you were to come to our shop, I would be able to figure all that out for you and be able to.
So your local GTI, the Volkswagen GTI, is not normally going to have such a thing.
No,
I mean, unless you raised it and-
Yeah, but those guys, they're not into that. They're into into other designs.
What, the low profile?
They're into They're into the wider tires, stretching the tires a lot lower. This particular design, it's more of an off-road, all-terrain type of wheel.
Okay. And being off-road, that would actually entail like a more rugged wheel, if not ride, but a rugged wheel. So this is sturdy enough to handle the nuances of the potholes or the rocks that come along.
Yes, for regular city driving, this is perfect. You
Okay.
shouldn't have no problem.
But then off-road, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow. And you actually sell the set? Excuse me, I can't do that on public access, but you provide the set at your establishment?
Yes, we do. We have
Voltz?
many different styles, and we help the customer pretty much see what fits best with their
Okay.
vehicle.
All right. Very good. And their lifestyle, of course, because
Lifestyle, yeah,
you-
and the budget.
tint out the window and put some black
Yeah.
on there. You might have some little chrome or aluminum showing, and that would make for
Oh,
an
yeah.
awesome ride.
Yeah, I mean we have all kinds of accessories, from grills. Some customers don't like the factory black grill. We could definitely do something in aluminum, or even in a chrome finish.
Custom design type thing?
Exactly.
Now, is there a company that actually puts those together, or
Yes.
do you actually go out there with some
No,
metal,
no.
cut?
No, not at all.
There's some more.
There's manufacturers out there that they specialize in just, either it be grills, custom door handles for your vehicle.
Even
Yes.
the doors, the what is it, gull wing?
Yeah,
Or-
like the Lamborghini style doors. Yes, they open up and go straight up.
Go straight up.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, if you do those, could you pimp my ride?
Of course I
I'm
can.
saying.
Of course I can.
Have you on and then show you the before and after and everything else?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta.
If you when you get a chance, go to our Facebook page, which is
Look
which
in the
is-
camera and tell them that.
which is facebook.com/Voltz AutoSports, and you will be able to see a lot of the projects that we have done at the shop.
Okay. Very good. That was the good camera shot in that. Then we stopped cutting off your hair. Corey.
I had to choose between the Voltz or his head, so I
Oh.
go back and forth.
Okay. Speaking of that, I don't know if the listening audience actually heard Corey in the background say that they had to choose between the Voltz or your haircut. But how'd you come up with a name like Voltz?
I used to work for a department, a big box store, when I was younger, and our department was called 12 Volts. So 12 Volts, it pretty much stuck. All I added was the Z because my last name is Zambrano, so I just made it a little bit more personal to myself.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
And Autosports is what we do. Everything that's automotive, from it being a car, SUV, pickup truck, it all falls under the automotive category.
Very good. And you like your job, which
I love
it.
it.
Which is really good.
I love it, yes.
Especially in this economy because, there are those that actually work jobs that they don't particularly care for,
Yes.
but it brings the money in and
I actually been very lucky that our clients that have been very faithful to us, and I would like to also thank them for allowing me to do what I do. It's been 10 years, we're going on to 11 years, and good times, bad times, they're always in the shop helping me out, with giving me work and keeping me busy.
Understood. Very well, very well. Well, at the same time, I'm also going to thank you for coming on the show.
Oh no, thank you for having us here.
Now let's go into, like, let's say a different segment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring my car in and everything else, and trust me, it's going to have one rim. You know? It's going to have 2 stock rims and a crutch. You know, it will make it. But you know, first things first. Do you ask the what budget you're working with, or do you automatically see everything that a car would really want to travel these roads of Connecticut and or, you know, the United States?
My first thing, yes, I will ask them pretty much what are they looking to do with this vehicle? What is their final goal for this vehicle to look like? After that, then we will go and we will see what the client's budget is, because, you know, this stuff, it's, you know, it can get very expensive very quickly. So if, you know, you have X amount of dollars put aside for this project, then we will pretty much work around that and see what's more important to you. We have customers that the wheels, the exterior, it's more important to them than what the interior is. And then once again, we also have customers that the interior is more important than the exterior. So that's
for security reasons.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly.
I remember hearing a story years ago that in Puerto Rico, where you know, sound systems seem to have originated almost. They had a competition for sound. This guy came in with a 1.8, you know, a 1.8 Toyota type thing. He had so much Alpine in there that Alpine in turn gave him a car.
Oh wow!
He in turn won the sound competition that year, but Alpine gave him a car to go with their products.
Oh wow!
So,
yeah, I mean, there's, you know, they're out there, man. You just don't know who they are because obviously they're not gonna walk around with a company shirt. But representatives to these companies, they are out there, especially at the big shows. That, you know, they're all throughout the whole country.
Do you sponsor any of the shows? Or?
No, we used to do a show every year.
Local or?
A local show at Captain's Cove.
Here in Bridgeport?
Here in Bridgeport, exactly. And we actually haven't done it for a few years now. It's just that
the economy?
The economy and the consumers that were into the shows, they're just not there anymore, unfortunately.
Well, also, if the same person won year after year after year, you know.
Oh no, you know, back in the days, they used to. It was like a motivation to all these guys, so they will always try to up their game. But the consumers now that we have and the vehicles that we work on, it's more of I don't want to say mature, but it's a older crowd, and they're not the type that are gonna want to go and show off what their stuff. Like you said, something could happen. It's a risk, you know.
I mean, the alarms are getting better and better.
Yes,
but
they are.
So too are the thefts behind the alarm.
Oh yeah,
you know.
these guys are. They have a lot of. They know a lot of technology.
OS.
Yes.
I think I seen a movie somewhere where a guy gets out of his car, you know, it's mint and everything else. You know, puts on the alarm and everything else, walks away, comes back out, and the car is gone, but the alarm is sitting there. You know, he unlocks it and everything else. But I mean, I don't know that to have happened in real life. That was a movie, but in theory, you can actually imagine that happening.
Yeah.
You know, type thing. So I do understand. Whereas there's a lot of property damage, you know, breaking into a car, you know, just from having your phone visible by chance. Is that something that you can do? Have a built-in safe or a lockbox, let's say, in the car?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, we actually have done that before for some of our clients.
Okay.
We have put safe boxes, whether it be for your cell phone or, you know, a weapon.
The GPS.
Exactly, or a GPS.
Weapon.
Yes.
Nah, not the weapons. You work for the police department?
We do have some officers that are clients of ours,
Very
and
good.
for their, you know, obviously it's against the law to leave your weapon.
Okay. Unlocked and
unlocked.
attended to. Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Very good. that brought up another question, but it flew by me so quick. Let me turn it back over to you. What's one thing about Voltz, let's say a misconception that you would like to clarify as I go back and think about this question I wanted to ask? Is there something that
there really is. There really is. There's one thing. A lot of, I would say a lot of, how can I say, a lot of people out there feel that we're very, I don't want to say high end, but a upper
echelon,
exactly, shop, and it's really not true. I mean, we do stuff from, like I said, the basic radio installations, all the way up. So don't think that you have to come to our shop to get a full custom vehicle, because that's not true.
So in the event that let's say a radio station isn't coming in well, or radio isn't coming in well, you can run past your shop and
exactly, we could upgrade you. It could be something as simple as
a ground.
Exactly, a ground, or the antenna going through a car wash could have gotten damaged, not making good contact.
Oh, that's a good point. The
simple.
proverbial broken antenna at the car wash. What would the normal person, they go through, all of a sudden they notice after the car wash their antenna is broken. What are the step-by-step procedures that person would want to go through?
If they like, I mean, they could come by the shop and we could, it depends, because there's so many
Send the car wash a bill?
If you want to. I mean, the car washes that I go to, they have signs for you to, either remove the antenna, or the easiest way, if you have an electric antenna, shut the radio off. You could wait a few seconds of not listening to any music.
Yes, but it's therapeutic for you to go through it really is therapeutic to go through the car wash, listen to your Biggie, Jay-Z, I mean, I've done it before. Fortunately, when I turn on the CD player, the antenna goes down.
Yes, some vehicles,
that's not the case with all of them. As long as that unit is on, the antenna is up.
Exactly.
Okay. But you would actually caution people to remove or put down the antenna?
Exactly. Just, it's like, some vehicles do have that option that if you put it into CD mode, the antenna comes down, but some don't. So safest way would be just shut the radio off. It's probably only going to be a minute or two. Go through the car wash, and at least you'll be safe and be able to turn it back on.
Now, also, do you have knowledge, let's say, of the, what's it called, the blasting cap, the capacitor that stores?
Yeah, the capacitors, yes. Yes, we have, there's different sizes. It just all depends on how big your sound system is. So,
what do you mean by big?
Wattage. How many watts. RMS is more important than peak. A lot of customers think peak is more important. Realistically,
hold on, wait. RMS?
RMS, yes.
What's RMS?
RMS is let me explain to you. RMS is your constant power that your music can play at. Peak is a second or 2 seconds of a burst of sound.
The bass.
That it could take.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes you're listening to music and you hear the bass, a constant sound, and then there'll be like a blast. That will be the peak that it could handle.
It was that DJ in New York. He has the explosion all the time, that type of thing. Okay, I got you. And then peak RMS. So what's it called?
A capacitor.
A capacitor.
Or a cap. Some people call it cap.
Okay, for short. Yeah. And it keeps a constant flow of electricity going to the sound system or that particular amp.
Yep.
Whereas to run the car is going to have its own electricity from the battery.
Exactly. Because what it does, the capacitor just stores energy. So when it needs it, it just pulls it from there instead of pulling it from the vehicle.
Straight from the battery or the alternator.
Yeah, and that's what prevents, it helps a lot also with the dimming of the lights. If you have a big sound system, you'll get a lot of dimming.
Okay.
If you don't have a capacitor.
What's that? You waving to me, or is that 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, we got 5 more minutes.
Okay.
All right. What's the loudest sound system that you've done? And have you gotten flack for that?
No, actually, the loudest sound system was probably F-150 that we did, and we actually put the bed was full of subs, 12-inch subwoofers.
Well, when you say F-150, you're talking about the
Ford.
pickup truck.
Yes, the Ford
Okay.
F-150. The bed of the F-150 was filled with subwoofers and speakers.
How many subwoofers?
It was a total of 6 12-inch subwoofers.
How big were the subwoofers?
12-inch.
Just to 12-inch.
12 inches, yeah.
Because they do make 18-inch.
They do.
Cerwin Vegas, which are wicked crazy. you
Those
know.
are nice, but yeah, but the whole thing with the consumer, he wanted the visual, so
Oh,
it was
lights?
sound. It was sound.
Neon?
Yes, and we also did the tonneau cover with a remote controller, which just pop up.
Ah, awesome. Wow. See, now is that picture in your gallery?
It should be.
So anybody can walk in and say, hey, I have the budget for that. You know what? Hook me up the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Hope you didn't get that on camera. Oh, you did? Well, it's not on audio, so you're not going to hear it through your cars.
Yeah.
So you can get into all of that, and whatever it is that you don't know, you will research to put in?
Yes, there's a lot of information out there because we deal with a lot of different manufacturers. So if there is a question that I might not know, yes, we will find the answer to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, also, is Connecticut big with sounds? I mean, I understand that California actually has not one, but a bunch of different sound contests or what's the word I'm looking for? Tournaments, so to say.
SPL.
Okay.
SPL is what they're.
SPL.
Yeah, sound pressure level competitions.
Okay.
What it does is, you have your audio system set up for bass for your lows. The judge will put a mic inside the vehicle, and the mic is hooked up to a DB, and what it'll do is it'll read how much pressure your subs are putting out inside of your vehicle.
Okay. Oh wow.
So yeah,
that's
you could look it up, and there are different contests in this area.
Now, also, from a medical point of view, does all this sound really make you
Yes,
deaf
it
in the
does.
years?
Yes, it does. Yes, it
So,
does. You have
are
to
you
be,
hearing me well?
Yeah, no, I can hear you well. But the thing is, yeah, I mean, I started very young, and I used to have, really nice big sound systems, when I was a lot younger. And to be honest with you, now in my personal vehicle, I don't play it that loud anymore.
I thought it was because of the music now. Nowadays, those
that-
kids and the music and everything
That
else.
could be it. Too.
I'll go, what
That
are
could
they
be it.
saying?
Yeah,
type
yeah.
thing.
Now as I got older, for me it was no longer how loud it was. It was how clear it is.
Exactly, crisp and clear. That
Yes.
boom, as opposed to brr,
Yeah.
brr. Very well. Well, Juan of Voltz, I thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us here.
We're going to actually have you on again and possibly with my set, okay, after you put my ride. For right now, Juan, Troy, we got Corey on the boards, and this is your intro.
Your intro.
That's what I'm talking about. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me hear all y'all intros. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me hear all your intros.